Alright, gotta sync up. Anyway, this series is a review slash comedic summary on the arc relative to this video. If you don't like it, piss off, buddy. The back button's right there, right? Orangetown, 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 Orangetown. The first time we see the one and only Buggy D. Clown. Guess what? He's a dumbass. But let me tell you how we got in this situation. Basically, Luffy wanted to catch a bird for dinner and failed spectacularly. That is very much so something that Luffy would do. Failed spectacularly, and Zoro chased after him in a boat. Zoro picked up some hitchhikers on the way too. How nice of him. When Luffy lands in Orangetown, he claims that what just happened to him was awesome. Stupidity really is hilarious. So after landing, he instantly gets set up by Nami. This bitch. The thugs try beating up Luffy, but, fail. Thugs that Nami set up to beat up Luffy. Anyway, they fail. Ha! Then Nami has the audacity to ask Luffy to join his crew. What? Are you kidding me? Luffy declines. Good shit, Luffy. But then she offers to feed him and, well, there you go. All was forgiven. After a while, we meet Buggy. And I'm just gonna say this now, Buggy's an idiot, so do not expect much from him. His crew are a band of idiots as well. They all pretty much deserve each other. So keep that in mind. Now, Luffy and Zoro both fight Buggy. And the Zoro fight pretty much ended with Buggy sneaking Zoro behind the back like a coward. Now, before we get to the Luffy fight, we meet one of the goats in anime, this pup called Shushu. We're told his backstory, and guys, this stuff is sad. Oda, you writing genius. It was sad. Oh, and Shushu also ate the key to Luffy's cage that Buggy placed him in after Nami ratted him out. This bitch. After a while, a lion and a furry come to try and kill Luffy, and they hit him into a bunch of buildings. But Luffy gets back up and gets back to Shushu. They also destroy Shushu's treasure, a pet store that belonged to his late owner. Luffy sees this and beats the ever-loving shit out of both of them. Once again, round of applause for Luffy. Can we get a round of applause for Luffy, please? And when Luffy gets back to Shushu, Nami somehow blames Luffy. Guys, what do you see in this bit? Cutting ahead to Luffy versus Buggy, it's here where I find that I hate Buggy because he's petty. He's just petty, and he's so petty that the straw hat that Luffy pretty much got from Shanks, he stomps on it after he finds out that it's from Shanks. And I'm just going to say this now. This was the point where I really hated Buggy. He pretty much blamed Shanks for something that was ultimately his fault. He was going to sell a devil fruit, but then swallows it because Shanks pretty much snuck up on him. Or he didn't hear Shanks approach him. This was back when they were on the same crew. Weird, but whatever. Let's just wrap this up. So basically, Buggy uses his devil fruit to split into pieces to get past Luffy. It doesn't work, and Nami finally does something good for once and ties up Buggy's other parts. So he's just a head, hands, and feet. Those are the only parts that manage to not get tied up, I guess. Luffy Gum Gum Bazookas him into the sunset, and roll credits. Luffy beats up an old guy. So my thoughts on this arc. This arc is pretty interesting. It shows us a little bit about Buggy, and it shows us a little bit about Nami. And if I'm being really honest with you guys, I didn't like Nami the first time I saw her, and she's still a bit low on the totem pole of my favorite characters. But she redeems herself in the arc that's next. I'll make a video about this. I'll make a video about that right after this one. but I'm almost done watching that arc. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, the Zoro versus Kabaji fight. Yeah, so Zoro pretty much, like, that fight can pretty much be summed up as, I'm gonna give myself a handicap, and I'm gonna beat you with this handicap to show you that you're literal human scum and trash. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what I got from this entire arc. It was a 7 out of 10. This arc was pretty good. Alright, video's over. Get lost.